Right, hello everyone, and welcome to Just Curious. This session, I'm joined by Gary from Obo. Welcome, Gary.
Afternoon, Andrew. Afternoon, all.
Gary, your specialism is design and implementation of workplace solutions, and your focus is well-being at work. The current situation has changed the way we all think about work and the places we work. I was interested to know what your view is on what we might call the next generation of workplace. Your thoughts?
Wow, these are thoughts that we're sharing, that we're adding to, that we're changing almost with every Zoom call or Teams call that we have at the moment. So we've always been passionate advocates of healthy workplaces, not just for the body, but for the mind, holistic workplaces that suit, I guess, the physical ergonomics has been something we've talked about in workplace for a number of years, but we're focusing more on emotional and cognitive ergonomics. So how things make you feel, how secure, how safe, all of those things in the workplace, how legible your space is. Studies, statistics, everything at the moment is suggesting that we're actually working more hours because we've eliminated travel. We've therefore found that we're getting off one call onto another. And the length of every conversation is increased greatly because we're all genuinely now concerned about how everybody is. So we're finding that management are actually caring. If you like, the frozen middle that we've always referred to as that kind of, I hate to say it, kind of our generation in the middle management tier who don't know how to manage youth culture and youth in the workplace, and they're beginning to slowly understand that, you are actually working even though I can't see you doing it, which I think is great.
Well, it's a huge shift, isn't it? And one of the things that's quite interesting and thinking about this stuff is on the one hand, it's hugely productive. We've found that we can get a lot done before coffee. We can be very busy, all as you say, for an extended period. But at the same time, for so many people, this pleasant room that I'm sitting in is the equivalent of a Dilbert cube. It is equally, it can be equally as challenging, can't it, to feel that you're as free as you might imagine might have imagined you were going to be. The working from home thing, when you actually have to do it, takes on a slightly different dimension to when it's just an occasional Friday where you can kick about in your pajamas and do your work and it's a bit of fun. Here we've all had to think very differently about this. Well, in my case, not particularly big space, which is now my office and has been so for 3 months or whatever it is. Now I'm quite at ease and I'm flexible and I do a lot of this kind of work from home. But for some people, I'm wondering how, from your perspective on well-being, how that might look and how you start to. I don't know how you advise on that. How what recommendations you can make for not just for working from home, but working in this deconstructed way, I suppose, is what it is, isn't it? Where you've got a combination of, do I go to the office? I'm not sure. So a bit of anxiety. I've been in this room for 3 weeks. I haven't seen anyone. It's quite a challenge, isn't it? It throws up all sorts of different, perhaps unintended consequences in terms of well-being at work. I'm curious about that.
So the deconstruction, if you like, has actually become a new construction, hasn't it? So we've gone. Yeah. I think we've been familiar, and for the last few years in particular, we've been understanding and helping clients appreciate that choice is so critical to success and happiness and performance. We had a call with a client earlier who was telling us that they'd seen on Bloomberg that Bloomberg think that perhaps 80% of people may choose to work a blended work from home, work from the workplace going forward. So what does that do? What does your home look like? And clients are letting us into their homes and we feel really privileged. We have these kind of workshops on well-being with them and we get to see where they're sat, what they're sat at.
It's one of the most bizarre features, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like, why, normally it's like, well, when I lock the door, I'm in my house, you don't come in. Now kind of everybody's coming in. So we're helping people on posture, on techniques to keep comfortable. So we're doing workshops on breathing techniques, on nutrition, on color. Color can play a huge part on your day. Light, natural light. 90% of people now on a Teams or a Zoom are near a window.
Yeah.
90% of people in the workplace don't have that luxury.
See the light. No, that's really interesting. Yeah.
And stress levels, well-being, stress related. You've got, without circadian lighting systems, the light in your place of work is set at noon. So when you get there at 8 o'clock in the morning and you leave there at 8 o'clock at night, you've had a whole 12 hours of bright sunshine in effect. Yeah. So you can't slow down. You can't unwind at the end of the day so easily. So.
Are employers providing chairs? Is that anything you've heard about? Or is that sending a chair around to somebody's house or something like that?
different things. So some clients we've worked with in taking the chairs from their office to their people at home. Yeah. Some other clients we're working on packages to deliver chairs, but again, even that's a challenge because we're almost fighting against it and have been for a few weeks to say, well, just giving somebody a task chair is not actually going to make a difference if they're sat at a dining room table, which is the wrong height.
Yes.
Because there are so many rules and so many disciplines to postural correctness, how we sit. And we see this, as we say, we did these workshops and you see people sat there with their hunched shoulders and they wonder why they've got a neck ache and a backache. And people do that all the time. Every time we talk to them, people sit up straight.
Yeah.
And you can just see that they go like, yeah, I'm sat correctly. But people don't. And as simple as we do this all the time in the place of work. We show people how to sit and we show people how to stand.
Thank you very much. It's fascinating to be talking about this stuff at a time when it's never been more, it seems to be never been more pertinent. Yeah. We're going to package this up and it'll be ready for you to view in the next week or so. But in the meantime, if you've got any comments on the stuff that Gary's been talking about and how maybe workplace and your home workplace has changed things, then do leave a comment. It's great to get a conversation going, and we'll be back soon. Anyway, in the meantime, Gary from Obo, thank you very much for joining us. We'll look forward to speaking soon.
Brilliant, Andrew. Great to see you for the first time in quite some time. Take care.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Take care.